Hey guys, I just finished making the HRAF Project 2, and the cultures that I did were the Cherokee, the Guajiro, the Slovenes, and the Bemba, as well as the Iban and the Sawai. So, starting off with religion, one thing that I noticed between all of them were that it was about half and half. Some were monotheistic, like um, the Slovenes, the Bemba, and some were polytheistic, so worshipped either one god or multiple. And for the ones that were monotheistic, like the Cherokee, they pretty much believed in one all-encompassing deity, like the Unet Lavani. Or for the Iban, it was they're polytheistic. For the Sawai, it was Tartanu, who and these deities just they believe that they created everything, and so for the ones that are polytheistic, they have a deity for each little thing, like agricultural, war, death, health, just stuff like that. And they perform rituals for these deities in order to have good spirits with them. One thing I noticed was the Iban are also animistic religious group, but interestingly enough, some of these tribes were actually colonized by the Americas and were converted to Christianity or Catholicism. So the Abad tribe is one of those. Same with the Cherokee. Some Cherokee are now Roman Catholic because of modern society. And yeah, so moving on to sports, a lot of these tribes actually began playing sports that we play, like the Cherokee play hide and seek and tug of war, um, and like lacrosse. The Slovenes actually play football, gymnastics, alpine skiing, and hockey are pretty popular. There's another one in here. The Bemba tribe are very competitive with soccer. And so, another thing I noticed though were some of these same tribes also participate in completely like original games to their tribes, like stickball, for the Cherokee, basket dice, uh, for the Iban tribe, they played. Forgot the name. It's called Batak Lampong, and it's basically tug of war, but while sitting down with a piece of stick instead of a rope. So yeah, that was interesting. But on the last one I did medicine, it's the same, pretty much across the board. They would just perform rituals for good spirits, and they would either have sorcerers, shamans, mummies, to basically guide these rituals. And a lot of them had medicinal herbs. So, like the Cherokee, the Iban, the Sawai, they all had differing medicinal herbs for either um, outward um, injuries or for things like respiratory diseases and stuff like that. So, but mostly they would perform rituals to try and ward off evil spirits. Uh, Yeah, so one thing I've noticed between all of these different things with our culture and with our own in America is we sometimes perform the same sports, but not always. Um, Not as big on a global scale either. Our religion sometimes aligns, but only because of colonization. So the Roman Catholic with the Cherokee, or for the Iban being turned to Christianity, was mostly because of colonization and moving to the Americas. But for the most part, there's not much traditional rituals that goes on in America the same way they do. So I would say that's fairly different between the two. Um, and then for medicine, our medicine is by far very much more advanced than theirs are, than these different tribes, and with the only exception, I guess, being the Cherokee, because there are a lot of Cherokee inside of America that rely on our medicine as well, and so. But other than that, our remedies, our medicine is definitely surgeries. Definitely a lot more advanced than a lot of these tribes. But yeah, overall, that was HRAF Project 2, and thank you for listening.